Very good evening to all of you guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Ruby Management Academy. This is your mentor Rubina. Today we are going to be discuss one more new concept, that is organization justice. Before going to have a glance on this topic, I would like to say all of you guys, those who are not subscribed yet, kindly do like, share and subscribe the channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can get the updated videos time to time. Without any late, let us start the session. In this session we are going to be discuss about the organization justice. What is the purpose of following this organizational justice? What are the benefits of following this, and how many types of organization justice are there, and how it is matter to the employees in the organization. All these concepts we are going to be discuss in this video. What is organization justice? What is organization justice, guys? Justice. What is justice? What does it mean? Justice is nothing but fairness. Justice is nothing but fairness. It refers to the idea that an action or decision is morally right, which may be defined according to ethics, religion, fairness, equity or law. It is on the basis of need of human beings. Basic need of human beings. My dear students, don't go with these entire lines, entire concepts. Focus on my points, what I am telling, and note that important points in your notebook so that it will be helpful for you at the time of examination. It will have a quick revision. So don't go with this entire matter. Focus on my points and make a note down of it. Justice or fairness refers to the idea that an organization or decision is morally right, which may be defined according to ethics, religion, fairness, equity or law. It is a basic need of human beings. That's why justice plays an effective and major role in the studying the organization and individual, either inside or outside of it. This organization justice tell you how to behave with employees, how to behave with employees. This organization justice will helpful you to how to behave with the employees in the organization so that they feel they have been treated fairly. The term organization justice closely related to the fairness. Employees are sensitive to decisions made on a day-to-day basis by their employers, both on the small and large scale organizations, and it will judge these decisions as fair or unfair. Organization justice is concerned with all matters of fairness at the workplace. Note down this point. Fairness at workplace. This is all the matters of fairness at the workplace behavior. From the treatment by superiors, by pay or promotions, in terms of training, promotions, rewards, etc. This is all matters of talking about the fairness, whether they are treated fairly or unfairly. This is talking about this. This organization justice refers to the employees' perceptions of fairness in the workplace. This is the important point where we have to be remembered for a long time. Perception of fairness in the workplace. That is the reason this organization justice plays an effective and major role in studying the organization and individuals, either inside or outside of the organization. Here the organization justice is is originally derived from equity theory, which was given by Adam Smith. This was derived from equity theory. This organization justice was derived from equity theory. Who has given this concept equity theory? Adam Smith. Adam Smith has given this theory, which suggests that individuals make judgments on fairness based on the amount they give, in terms of whatever the input they are giving towards the organization compared to the output they are getting towards their work, whatever the amount they are getting back towards their work. This is talking about the equity theory. This organization justice was derived from this equity theory. This equity theory suggests the individuals make judgments on fairness based on the amount they are giving towards the organization compared to the amount they are getting back from the organization. Ensuring organization justice should be priority for organization. It can reduce the incidence of workplace deviance, absenteeism, disengagement and counterproductive workplace behaviors, and also encourage positive attributes to trust and progressive communication. Organization justice is considered at team level as well as individual occurrence. The employees no doubt have their views and perceptions, but it seems that they are also influenced by their colleagues, peers, superiors and team members in their opinion of justice. Organization justice is sometimes discussed alongside corporate social responsibility, a form of societal justice. Maintaining organization justice is a priority of every business entity, as it will encourage communication and trust and avoid counterproductive behavior, disengagements, absenteeism, reducing turnovers and deviances at the workplace. Organization justice mainly concentrate on the workplace fairness, which influence numerous organizational and individual work related factors like turnover, intention, absenteeism, job satisfaction, organization commitment, job performance, leader member exchange, trust, leadership, etc. By following this effective organization justice, by following the effective fairness of organization justice, we can reduce all these factors like turnover, absenteeism, disengagement, job performance. We can increase the job performance of an employee. We can increase the trust among the employees. Leadership, we can improve the leadership behavior. Job satisfaction, all these factors can be followed effectively if we can follow fairly in the organization justice towards the organization. Here is the definition was given by Greenberg. Read the definition once. In the exam point of view, the examiner may ask the question. They will give the definition and they will ask who has given this definition. So kindly note down the definition given by Greenberg. This organization justice first postulated by the Greenberg in the year 1987. In the year 1987 Greenberg has been postulated the concept of organization justice. It refers to an employee's perception of their organization behavior, decisions and actions, and how these influence the employee's own attitudes and behavior at work. As I told you, organization is all about the matters of fairness at workplace. Fairness at workplace. Fairness at the workplace. The concept of these organization justice focus on how employees judge the behavior of the organization and how this behavior is related to employees' attitudes and behaviors regarding the firm. How employees judge the behavior of the organization and how this behavior is related to employees' attitude and behaviors regarding the firm. This is all the concept of organization justice. This is talking about the whether the employees are treated fairly or not in the organization. This is all matters of fairness in the organization. Let me have a glance on evaluation of organization justice. The idea of this organization justice comes from the equity theory. In the beginning I told you this organization justice concept was derived from the equity theory which was given by Adam Smith. This organization justice has postulated by whom? Greenberg. In the year 1987. In the year 1987. The idea of this organization justice comes from the equity theory of motivation, which says that judgment of equity and inequity are derived from comparison between oneself and the others individuals. Comparison between this equity theory concept are talking about the comparison between the oneself and the other individuals. Oneself and the others. Here oneself in the sense input, what are all the inputs provided by the employees in the organization comes under inputs. For example, knowledge, efforts towards the work, whatever the efforts the employee is contributing towards his or her work. And the outputs are talking about the organization point of view. Whatever the inputs given by the employees in returns of how much amount they are getting, whether they are getting that amount fairly or not. This is talking about this organization justice. This output relates to the organization. Individual behavior. Comparison points against which these inputs and outcomes are judged may be internal or external. Internal maybe or external. And there are some reasons why this justice matters to these people. The first one is long range benefits. Long range benefits. In the beginning I asked a question like why it is matters to the people, why this justice is matters to the people. Here the first thing is long range benefits. By following this effective and fairness of organization justice, they may get the result in the long range benefits. The control model proposes that people are often motivated by economic and quasi-economic interest. And the second one is social consideration. Social consideration. The group value model just treatment tells us that we are respected and estimated by the larger group. Whether the employee are treated with respect and dignity. With respect and dignity in the organization. And the third one is ethical consideration. Ethical consideration. When individuals witness an event they believe is ethically inappropriate, they are likely to take considerable risk in the hopes of extracting retribution. These are the points which help the employees to maintain the fairness in the organization. This is the reason this organization just is playing the important and major role in the organization. Let us discuss what are the types of organization justice we have. Here are 5 types of organization justice that we are going to be have in this video. The first one is distributive justice. Second one is procedural justice. Third one is interactional justice. Fourth one is temporal justice. And the fifth one is spatial justice. Here these interactional justice again has been classified into 2 types. So those are interpersonal justice and informational justice. Let us have a glance on one by one. The first one is distributive justice. In these type of organization justice, the employee is concerned whether the outcome of his efforts is fairly or not, whether the results is being distributed in proportion to the input or not. This is talking about the employee is concerned whether the outcome of his efforts, whatever the efforts put in by the employee, in returns they are getting fairly returns or not, whether the result is being distributed in proportion to the input or not. The result in such scenarios includes career opportunity, promotion, job security, social approval, wages, promotions, rewards, etc. Whereas inputs includes efforts, experience, training and education. This distributive organization justice talking about the employees, whether the outcome of his efforts, whatever the inputs given by the employees, is fair or not. In regards whether that employer distributed proportion to that input or not. This distributive justice is the workers' perception in the fairness of outcome. Fairness of outcomes, such as monetary rewards obtained by the workers from the organization. As I told you, some are the examples: pay, salaries, promotions, higher studies, training, counseling, etc. This distributive justice is related specifically to the results of decisions on distribution. Take the example of, let us have a look at an example so that you can easily remember. Here I have take the example of cheap plastic toys company. See how the organization justice is relevant to the organization behavior. One of the employee named called Sarah. Sarah has worked at cheap plastic toys for over a year. She has just found out that she will be receiving only a 1% rise this year. Only 1% rise in this year. She does not feel that this is a fair outcome. Organizations can provide equal distribution justice by educating, communicating and enacting fair employment practices with the organization. This will be the best example for this distributive organization justice. This is concerned whether the employee outcomes of his efforts is fair or not, whether the employer is distributed in proportion to this input or not. This will be helpful to find out these points. Perception in the fairness of outcome. Inputs. given by the employees are fair or not, the outputs in return the employer, whether the employer giving the equal opportunities, equal proportion, distribution of equal proportion. Equal distributions will be talked about this distributive justice, whether it may be whether in terms of salary, promotions, whether in terms of salary, promotions, training, counseling, higher studies, higher further studies, job security, opportunities, all these things will be comes under this distributive justice. Fair returns whether they are getting or not. This is all about distributive justice. Let me have a glance on what are the appropriateness of outcomes. Here the equity in distributive organization justice, equity means rewarding employees based on their contribution. Rewarding the employees based on the contribution, irrespective of the gender. Rewarding employees based on their contribution. The efforts, whatever the efforts placed by the employees, the fair return should be get back by the employee. In the distributive organization justice, equity means providing each employee roughly the same compensation, irrespective of age, gender, experience, all demographic factors. Irrespective of these factors, the employer should provide each employee roughly the same compensation based on their efforts towards the work. Same compensation. And the need, this distributive organization justice need talking about providing a benefit based on one's personal requirements. It is talking about the personal requirements. And the second one is procedural organization justice. This procedural justice is the perception of justice in the decision making process. This kind of justice is based on the perception that the reasons for the decisions taken by the management are justified. Procedural justice is the perception of equity regarding rules and regulations applied in the process of rewarding or punishing. Whether it may be a reward or whether it may be a punishment, this procedural justice is the perception of equity regarding rules. Equity, following equity. In this type of organization justice, the employee is concerned about whether the process adopted by the organization to decide the outcome is fair or not. Whatever the process taken by the organization, whether it is fair or not. In the beginning, for distributive organization justice, we have took the example of Sarah. Sarah has worked at cheap plastic toys. As I told you, she found that she will be receiving only 1% rise in the year. She does not feel that this is a fair outcome. Organization can provide equal distributive justice by providing educating, communicating, and enacting fair employment practices with the organization. In the same company, Thomas has issues with how cheap plastic toys provide overtime to their employees. Here we are taking the same example. We are talking about the cheap plastic toys company. Here Thomas having the issue regarding the overtime towards their work at the workplace. Overtime, he feels that they lack procedural justice because they don't provide enough advance notice for the scheduling of shifts. There is no earlier notice, advance notice is not there. This is the reason where the Thomas are facing the issue. The company can easily rectify this issue by responding to Thomas' feedback. What I told you in procedural justice, equity regarding rules and regulations. Whatever the rules and regulations are made by the organization, they should discuss these things with the employees, or else the organization make the employees to participate in the decision making process taken by the management. By doing of these things, the Thomas may not be face these kind of issues. Here what kind of problem facing by the Thomas? Here the organization not providing the advance notice for the scheduling of shifts, doing overtime in the workplace. If they provide the advance notice before scheduling the shifts to the employees, here the Thomas may not be face this kind of problem. This procedural organization justice may helpful to provide the equity regarding rules and regulations applied in the process of regarding or punishing. Let us have a look on what are the appropriateness of outcomes of following this procedural organization justice. This procedural organization justice having the some of the factors. The first one is consistency, lack of biasness, accuracy, representation of all concerned, correctivity, ethics or morality. The consistency, talking about all employees are treated the same. All employees are treated the same. Treated the same. One of the critical determinant of procedural justice is consistency. It means that same allowances and criteria are applicable for every person in similar situations. Same allowances and criteria are these criteria will be applicable for every person in similar situations. Same allowances, same in the same situation, every person, this criteria will be applicable to all the employees in every kind of situation. In every kind of situation, this criteria will be applicable to in every situation to every employees in the organization. For example, an employer will have to terminate a contract employee as per the stated laws in his book and not on a whim. Not on a whim. Every employee should be treated same in every kind of situation. Accuracy. What about the accuracy? Decisions are based on accurate information. It means that information used for justifying the decision is correct and up to date. All hearsays should be validated for authenticity. This accuracy means that information used for justifying the decision is correct and up to date. It should be correct and up to date based on the accurate information. And the next one is correctability. Correction. there is an appeal process or other mechanisms for fixing mistakes. This correctability, there should be a provisions in place for reversing or challenging a decision, like in case of appeal procedures and grievance. In the case of grievance, in the case of grievance and appeal procedures, appeal procedures, talking about the mechanism for fixing the mistakes. And the next one is representativeness. Representativeness of all concerned. Representativeness. This determinant of procedural justice means that all those individuals who will be affected by the outcome can express their doubts and their concerns should be taken into account. It means that all those individuals who will be affected by the outcomes can express their doubts and their concern should be taken into account. Whatever the concerns, whatever the outcomes affected by the employees, they should be concerned, they should be taken into account. They should be taken into an account. And the next one is ethics, talking about morality. In case of procedural justice, morality is an essential determinant as it encourages decision makers to avoid making decisions based on factors like nationality, gender, age, experience, etc., irrespective of all demographic factors. This morality determines as it encourages decision makers to avoid making decisions based on factors like age, gender, nationality, community, etc. Irrespective of these, the ethics should be applicable to each and everyone. These are the appropriateness of procedural justice, procedural organization justice. This procedural justice, in simple words we can say, is that perception of justice in the decision making process. Decision making process. This should be applicable to each and every employee in any kind of situation. In any kind of situation, they should be treated fairly. They should be treated fairly. And the third one is interactional organizational justice. Interactional organizational justice. In this, interactional justice is considered as a key aspect in the workplace setting because of its relationship with the unfair and fair treatment. Our first example mentioned how unhappy Sarah was with the 1% rise she was receiving this year. There was also a lack of interactional justice in Sarah's case. Interactional justice deals with how explanations are communicated as well as the fair treatment or sensitivity towards the employees. As we discussed in the first example, under distributive organization justice, how Sarah was disappointed of getting 1% rise throughout the year. There was also a lack of interactional justice in Sarah's case. There was also a lack of interactional organization justice in Sarah's case. This organization justice deals with how explanations are communicated, how the organization will communicated, how the organization will communicated with the employees, towards the employees. In this type of organization justice, the employee is concerned whether the information conveyed by the organization about the outcomes was handled sensitively or not, fairly or not, whether the organization communicated properly or not. The employees feel that interaction organization justice has taken place when the employer have provided sufficient explanation for the decision they have made, and the employees have been treated with both respect and dignity. Here in this example also, Sarah has faced the same problem in the company. Lack of interactional justice means lack of communication with the employees. Here the Sarah has faced this problem. This interpersonal organization justice again classified into two types. What are they? Interpersonal communication and informational communication. This interpersonal communication talking about treating an employee with dignity, courtesy and respect. Treating the employee with dignity, courtesy and respect. Here the informational justice talking about sharing the relevant information with the employees or not. The organization convey the information properly to the employees in regards of decision making. In regards of decision making. In simple words, we can say that this interactional organization justice talking about the communication, whether the information conveyed by the organization about the outcomes was handled sensitively or not, whether the organization conveyed the information with the employees or not, whether they treated respect or dignity or not. This organization talking about all these factors. And the fourth one is temporal justice. Temporal justice is defined as having a discretionary power. Discretionary power or control over one's time. In other words, paid distribution of time by the organization to its employees for the completion of organization tasks, whether the organization providing the paid distribution of time or not in order to completing the task. Paid distribution of time by the whom? By the organization to its employees for completion of organization task. Paid distribution of time is an important factor considering under temporal justice. Temporal justice indicating time, whether the organization providing the paid distribution of time or not in order to complete their work on time. Organization must distribute the work time evenly across employees irrespective of them being single or married, or part-time employee or full-time employee. Whether they single or married, whether they full-time employee or part-time employee. Irrespective of these things, the organization should provide the paid distribution of time in order to completion of organization task by the employees. Here some are the appropriateness of time distribution, that is marital, martial time, personal time, office time or late sittings. By providing the effective distribution of time towards the employee's work, the employee may spend their time with friends, hobbies, spouses, sleep and effect of working times on personal time. They may focus on other aspects. Then only they can balance their work-life balance. then only they can balance the life and the work. Here the organization have to provide the effective distribution of work time evenly across employees irrespective of single, married or full-time employee or part-time employee or contractors. Irrespective of these things, the organization should provide the effective distribution of work timings so that the employee can balance their life and the work effectively. They may put lots of effort towards the work. If the employer continuously asking the employee to work after the office hours, the employee may not put effective may not give the efforts towards his work. The employer may not get the productivity towards the work, so that the organization has to provide the effective distribution of time. This temporal organization just is talking about the effective distribution of time irrespective of factors like single, married or part-time employee or full-time employee or contract-based employee. Irrespective of these things, the employer has to provide the effective distribution of time. And the fifth one is, the final one is spatial justice. This spatial justice talking about the socially valued whatever the opportunities or resources provided by the organization. Here the employee has to utilize those resources effectively for effective productivity. The perception about the fairness of resources, distance and budget discrimination among different organization members or branches in the allocation of organization resources. Spatial justice is a focused and intentional emphasis on the geographical and spatial attributes of organization justice. This is all talking about the socially valued resources provided by the organization. Whatever the resources, effective utilization of resources, effective utilization of resources. This special organization justice talking about the socially valued resources, well as opportunities for the utilization of those resources. Let us have these are all the types of organizational justice. What are they? Distributive justice, distributive organizational justice, procedural organizational justice. Third one, interactional organization justice. Fourth one, temporal organizational justice. And the final one is spatial organization justice. Let us have a glance on how to improve this organizational justice. How to improve the organization justice. As a professional, it is important that you know how your behavior and decision making activities influence the organization justice. How the behavior is influencing and how the decision making influencing on the organization justice. What are all the aspects we need to be followed in order to improve the organization justice? Here are some of the effective ways for the organization justice. The first one is effective organizational communication. As I told you, the employer has to convey the effective information to the employees, to its employees. Under these effective organization communication, I will give you one example. Let us take an example of ABC company. ABC company decided to cut down its pay structure by 1% for lower one and middle level employees. 1%, this ABC company has decided to cut the pay structure. Cut the pay structure of 1% to the lower level employees and mid-level employees, and 3% for higher level employees. 3% for higher level employees. It called a meeting where the presence of each employee was mandatory. Here, what it has decided, this ABC company, 1%, this company has decided to cut down the pay structure. In this regards, they had decided that 1% cut the pay structure for the low level employees as well as middle level employees, and 3% for higher level employees. Here the company called the meeting and presence of each employee was mandatory. Here the employee head spoke about the difficulties the organization was going through and explained that he had two options, either to lay off a section of the employees or to cut down on the pay scale. Here in this meeting, the head spoke that difficulties of the organization was going through. He had two options, either to lay off a section of the employees or to cut down on the pay scale. He gave an appropriate explanation of why he chose the option of pay cut and why only 1% for lower and mid-level and why 3% for higher level employees. His genius, concerns of his employees and sensitive handling of this scenario helped the company is going through this challenging phase with dignity. The company bounced back and the employees were later given a rise for their willingness to help the organization in difficult times too. This is organization justice, where the perception of the employees was handled sensitively. This happened only because of effective communication between the employer and employees. Have you understood, guys, the example of this ABC company? Effective organization communication should be mandatory. This happened only, effective communication should be between employer and employee. Here the employer has conveyed his information, how the organization is going through his difficulties. That is the reason he decided to cut down the pay structure of employees. And he explained in detail 1% for lower level employees and mid level employees and 3% for high level employees, and also he explained why he is cut down this pay structure, and he is giving one more opportunity. What was that? Whether either to lay off a section of the employees or to cut down on the pay scale. That this company had having the two options. He conveyed these two options with the employees, and he explained that why he cut down the pay structure. Everything he explained. Here the employees also accepted the way he communicated with the employees. After that, the company bounced back and the employees were later given a rise for their willingness to help the organization in difficult times. This is all about effective communication. Through effective communication, we can do our work effectively in the difficult situations too. And the next one is employer participation. Employer participation. Have you understood this effective communication, guys? This can result in perception of interpersonal and informational justice. It is important that organization use quality communication when explaining decisions to employees, because this can increase trust for both management and the organization. By conveying these details with the employees, the organization may increase the trust among the employees. If the trust is increased, the employee automatically put the efforts towards the productivity. It may help the organization to get more profit. And the next one is employee participation. Another predictor of organization justice is employee participation. When organization include employees in decision making process regarding organization procedures, this increase perception of justice. This increase in organization justice occurs even when the outcome is not in the employee's favor. In decision making process regarding organization procedures, increase the perception of justice. Here the participation should be playing an important role in the communication, in the decision making process. In decision making process, the employee participation should be necessary while taking the decision by the management. Employer have to allow the employees in order to encourage the employees to participate in the decision making process. And the next one is employee moods and emotions. When organization events occur, this can have an impact on employee moods and emotions. Moreover, employees interpret events differently, and this can depend on employees' dispositions. For example, when a crisis occurs, some employees might be more anxious than others. In fact, the level effect can influence the justice perceptions. When employees experience both positive state and tried positive effectively, they are more likely to have higher perception of interpersonal, procedural and distributive justice. Whenever the organization events occurs, this can have an impact on employees' emotions. And the next one is organization justice. In the beginning I told you organization justice is not only focus on individual, it may focus on team level phenomena, individual and team level phenomena. Organization justice is both an individual and team level phenomena. Most researches has been conducted at the individual level. There is a research showing that organization justice operate at the team level, particularly in terms of team climate. Employees are influenced by colleagues and team levels in their perception of justice. Here the employee may be influenced by his colleagues, peers, etc. This can lead to team level perceptions of organization justice in the form of justice climate. If there is a crisis within the organization, team members can share their perception with each other, and this can lead to shared interpretation of events. Team members are also influenced by each other, and this can lead to homogeneity in team perception of justice, creating a strong climate. In terms of performance, we can reduce the less absenteeism. By doing of all these things, we can improve the organization justice by communicating effective organization communication in case of participating in the decision making process, in case of events organized by the firm affected by the employees' emotions and moods. This may affect on the both individual and team level organization justice. This is how we can improve the organization justice in a practical practical way. Let us have a glance on what are all the benefits of organization justice. What are all the benefits of organization justice? Here are some of the benefits of following this organization justice effectively in the firm. The first one is trust on superior. The first one is trust on superior. A positive relationship between an employee and supervisor can lead to trust in the organization. If the employer makes the employees be trusted, then the employee will be work effectively towards the productivity. We need to have a positive relationship between the employee and the employer. The organization make the environmental have a positive relationship between the employee and employer. It may leads to the trust in the organization. It may leads to trust in the organization. And the next one is job performance. The procedural justice affects performance as a result of its impact on employees' attitude. Distributive justice affects the performance when efficiency and productivity are involved. Improving justice perception improves productivity and performance. The performance of an employee have to be judged fairly, which leads to the motivation of the employees. Under procedural justice affects performance as a result of its impact on employee attitudes. Under procedural justice, employee attitudes have to be considered. It will impact on employee attitude. Under distributive justice affects the performance when efficiency and productivity are involved, so that the employee will give the more effects towards the productivity. The productivity may lead to profits of the organization. And the next one is job satisfaction and organizational commitment. Job satisfaction was found to be positively associated with the overall perception of organization justice, such that greater perceived injustice results in lower levels of job satisfaction, and greater perception of justice result in higher level of job satisfaction. The perceived injustice may result low levels of job satisfaction. Low levels of job satisfaction. In terms of greater perceived justice may result in higher levels of job satisfaction. Here the organization has to focus on justice only. If they may go unfair with the employees, it may lead to the low level of job satisfaction. If the employee will be get disappointed with this job, they may lead to the absenteeism. It may impact on the organization profits. The overall perception of organization justice should be greater perception of justice result in higher level of job satisfaction. And the next one is organization citizenship behavior. These are the actions that employees take to support the organization that go above and beyond the scope of their job description. These are the actions that employees take to support the organization to go above and beyond the scope of the job description. Whatever the description has mentioned in the offer letter, the employee may go beyond may go beyond they may work beyond the scope of their job description. If the employer make the employee will be happy, the employee may work effectively. The organization may get productivity towards the work. The organization citizenship or the actions that employees take to support the organization to go above and beyond the scope of their job descriptions. They may willing to work effectively beyond the job descriptions. Whatever the work assigned by the organization, more than that the employee are willing to work. When the employer will be treated fairly towards its employees, then only it will be happen. And the next one is counterproductive work behavior. Counterproductive behavior increases judgments of procedural injustice. For example, can lead to employees' unwillingness to comply with an organization rules. It may leads to employees' unwillingness. Counterproductive work behavior. Productive work behavior. This may leads to the unwillingness to comply with an organization rules. Unwillingness towards the productive work. This may leads to the absenteeism, turnover, etc. And the next one is absenteeism and withdrawal. Failures to receive a promotion is an example of a situation in which feelings of injustice may result in an employee being absent from work without any reason. Without any reason, they may get disappointed towards the work. They may fed up with the employer. If they are not treated fairly, they may get disappointed towards the work without any reason. It may lead to the absenteeism. So that organization has to focus on the employees. Whatever they are expecting towards the organization, they have to fulfill those things. The final one is emotional exhaustion. It related to the employees' health and burnout. This is related to the employees' health and burnout, related to overall organization justice perception. As perception of justice increase, employees' health and burnout decrease. This perception of justice increase the employees' health. Perception may increase the employees' health and burnout may decrease. These are all the benefits of organizational justice. These are all the important points where the employer has to follow towards its employees. Effective outcomes. By doing of all these, the effective productivity will be expected from the employees. Trust should be created among the employees. The job performance should be effective in the decision making process. Job satisfaction should be important role. Employer have to make the employees should be committed towards the work. In this way, they have to provide some rewards, compensations, motivations, encouragement. All those things will be affected. These things. This perception may increase the employees' health and decrease the absenteeism, disengagements, turnover, all these things. Hope you all understood the concept of organizational justice. This is all about the organizational justice. Let us have a, before going to wind up, before going to close the session, let us have a quick revision what we have studied previously. As I told you, organizational justice talking about the fairness of organizational justice is talking about fairness of individuals as well as team level performance at workplace. Fairness of individuals and team at workplace behavior. Take a notes of these key points, guys. Don't go with this entire stuff. Be focused on my points, whatever I am telling you to note down. Then only you can easily remember for the examination. Organization justice is all the matters of fairness. It is both of individuals as well as team level performance. What are all the types we have discussed? How many types we have discussed under organization justice? Totally 5 organization justice we have discussed. What is the first one? Distributive organizational justice. Distributive organization justice, it occurs when employees believe that outcomes are equitable. How resources and rewards are distributed among employees should be equitable. Outcomes should be equitable. Outcomes are equitable. Means how resources and rewards are distributed among employees. How resources and rewards are distributed among employees. What is the next one? Procedural justice. Procedural organizational justice. What it talks about? It focuses on the fairness of the decision making, the perception of equity regarding rules and regulations applied in the process of rewarding, whether it may be a reward or whether it may be a punishment. The perception of equity regarding rules and regulations should be equity. Talking about equity in terms of rewards, rewarding or punishment. Equity should be taken into consideration under procedural justice. Whatever the rules and regulations followed by the organization, that should be equitable to each and every employees. In every kind of situation. What is the third one? Interactional justice. Interactional organizational justice. Interactional organization justice focus on the way in which an individual is treated. Means they should be treated both respect and dignity. How the employer treated. Whether fairly or not. When decisions are made, employees have provided sufficient explanation for the decisions they have made, and the employees have been treated both respect and dignity. I have given the good example of this interactional organization justice. How the employee has conveyed about the difficulties of the organization at present situation. That is the reason he decided to cut down the pay structure. We have taken the example of ABC company. And what about temporal justice? The fourth one is temporal justice. The temporal justice focus on fair distribution of time. Temporal, the name itself indicating time. Effective distribution of time to the employees for completion of organizational task. What about the fifth one? What is the fifth one, guys? Spatial justice. Spatial justice talking about the socially valued. Socially valued means the resources are the opportunities which was given by the organization, that should be effective utilization of those resources. Effective utilization of resources. This is all about the organization justice, guys. Hope you all understood well. If you haven't understand, go through from the beginning. Before going to end of the session, I would like to tell you once again, those who are not yet subscribed, kindly do like, share and subscribe the channel, guys. I need your motivation, then only I can come up with a more important concepts. If you have observed this organization justice concept also comes under as an important topic. So please do like, share and subscribe the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can get the updated videos time to time. Then once again I am telling you, guys, if you have any doubts, kindly leave a comment in the comment box and leave a comment how this video would be, and on which concepts I would come in the next video. Until then, good night, guys. Signing off. Bye bye.